So hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now today I wanted to do a Doctor Who ranking. Why? Well, because apparently the trailer for the Christmas/New Year's Eve special, is it Oh, I can't remember what they're calling it. The one that's coming up with the Daleks in. Apparently a trailer for that is dropping some point in the next couple of weeks. So I thought it would be exciting to revisit Doctor Who. Also, I wanted to do a video today because I'm going to be in hibernation mode for the next 2 days because the PlayStation 5 is coming out. So I apologise that there's going to be no videos for the next couple of days. But it's a good excuse. So anyway, here is today's video. I am ranking all 12 seasons of Doctor Who from worst to best. Now, I did do this, I think, just before Series 11 came out. So it was the classic 10 modern Doctor Who seasons. Now, of course, I am including the 2 Jodie Whittaker seasons. So we're going to be going from, as I say, my least favourite to my favourite. So coming in last place, 12th. I think this is the weakest season overall for Doctor Who. And that is Series 12. The most recent season. I hated this season. From the word go, it seemed like such a confused pile of garbage. It didn't have any idea. It was trying to pick from stuff that they thought was popular during the Russell T Davies era. You know, oh, we'll have the Masters. Oh, we'll have the Judoon. Oh, we'll have Jack. Oh, we'll have Cyberman. And it was just such a mess. Then they started to do something which I love in Doctor Who, which is having a reoccurring story, which goes on throughout the entire series, because Series 11 didn't do that. And it started off building really well. I'll give them credit. There was one episode in this season I really enjoyed. I think it was episode 5, the Judoon one. I really enjoyed that. It started building really well. And then episode 8 had a surprise in it, which was quite good. You had this lone Cyberman show up, which was interesting. And then episode 9 I also enjoyed quite a lot. So I'll say episode 5, 8 and 9 I genuinely had a really good time with. They were really fun episodes. The rest of the season is boring. It's a mess. They obviously didn't know what to do with any of these characters. And then the finale is the worst episode I've ever seen of the show. It's one of the worst TV episodes I've ever seen in general. The finale is absolutely awful. I hated what they done. And if people are going to defend it and say, you know, oh, why does it matter? Doctor Who isn't, you know, it doesn't really have a canon thing like other universes. Well, you know what? If they are going to change the Doctor's past, fair enough. But the first thing that Jodie's Doctor says after she finds out is, I don't care, I know who I am. So what was the point of doing all that shit? There was no point. This season, while it has a couple moments which are really good, the other 80% of it is total trash. So Series 12, last place. Next up, coming in 11th place is Series 11. You know what? The 3 episodes I enjoyed in Series 12, I enjoyed a lot more than all the episodes in here, probably. But at least this season was consistently boring. There are a couple moments that stood out as being bad. There's an episode with a thing called the Pating, and again, the finale. They stood out as being pretty bad. The rest of this season, though, it wasn't totally awful like some of the episodes in Series 12. There's not much good in here. The good, I like the opening episode. I thought that was good. I like the Rosa Parks episode, and I like Kablam. So again, 3 episodes I enjoyed in this season. The rest, pretty bad. But I don't have as much to say, because whereas Series 12 angered me, this one didn't. It was just boring and forgettable. So these seasons are kind of equal, in my opinion, as being bad. It's just, this one's boring, that one's makes me angry. So I kind of say that Series 12 is a bit worse, because at least this didn't make me angry. I just forgot about it and shrugged it off. But it's still pretty bad. Okay, coming in 10th place is Season 8 of Doctor Who. Yes, Capaldi's first outing as the Doctor. And this does kind of go back to the silliness of classic Who, which I really actually liked. And there are moments in the season where it works really well. Some of my favourites. I really enjoy the opening episode. I'm not a fan of the whole dinosaur walking about in the Thames. But other than that, the opening episode is extremely fun. The Mummy on the Orient Express, I really enjoyed. There's one where they're doing like a heist, which I also quite enjoyed. And then the double part of finale I thought was really good. There are a couple episodes which are pretty bad in this season. I'm not a fan of Kill the Moon, and In the Forest of the Night is one of the worst episodes ever. I would have said that was the worst episode ever of Doctor Who, but, you know, we've got Jodie's era now, and we've got, like, honestly, I'd rather watch that over, like, 10 of Jodie's, just because Capaldi is enough to make me want to watch it, because he's great. Yeah, this season, again, it feels very disconjointed compared to previous seasons. You know, the first 7 seasons. It feels a bit lost, like they didn't know what to do next, but they pulled it back after Series 8. It's a bit of a messy season, but there's some good moments in it which make it worth watching. Next up, this is going to be my controversial pick. I think the rest of my list, I don't think anyone's going to disagree with much of my list, other than this one. This is a bit of a controversial one. Next up, I'm going to put Series 6. I know some people love this season, and it depends. This is Moffat being the most Moffat-y he is with Doctor Who. People watch a lot of Stephen Moffat shows. Know how far he likes to go, like he did with the new Dracula, and he does with Sherlock a lot, where he loves to make things overly complicated, and sometimes it works fantastically. Personally, I don't think it works great with Doctor Who, and this is the season where he really tries to make things overly complicated, and this season feels like a total mess, because it starts off with these 2 episodes, which are good. They're good. They're a bit over the top Moffat-y, but they're good. And then it pulls the story back again in the middle of the season. And I love the first part, Good Man Goes to War. The second part, Let's Kill Hitler, is awful. And then it comes together with the finale. But then you've got all these filler episodes in between, and most of them are very forgettable. I like the one where they're in a hotel, and there's like a, what do you call it? A Minotaur-like thing walking about. That was a good one. The Wax People one, it's alright, but it's just very forgettable. Then you have episodes like the one where they're on a pirate ship, and it's just garbage. And then there's so much stuff in between that's just forgettable. This season has great moments to it, and it has awful moments to it. But overall, this is, outside of the Jodie seasons, probably the messiest season of modern Doctor Who. It really is messy. But, again, there's some real good moments in it. Next up is Series 10. Series 10, I was pumped for this season. The trailer looks amazing. And I had a decent time this season. On rewatch, I enjoyed this a lot more. I rewatched it about a month ago. I had a great time. I love Capaldi so much in this season. I really love Bill. I think Bill works a lot better with the 12th Doctor. A lot better than Clara did. And Nardole, he has moments where he annoys me, but you know what, on rewatch, I didn't mind him near as much. The season opens up really well. The first episode is really good. There's a couple episodes in between. Oxygen, I thought, was really good. The triple parter with the monks, I think that's what they were called. First watch, I didn't really like it. Rewatch, I really dug those 3 episodes. Especially the second part, where he's blind and Bill has to try and get his eyesight back and whatnot. That was a really, really great episode. But the double parter finale is absolutely mind-blowing. The double parter finale is incredible. Like, top 15 Doctor Who episodes I've ever seen. So good. So good. I'm so pleased that the classic 10 modern seasons of Doctor Who went out with a bang. It's such a shame, because then it just dropped, you know, with the 2 Jodie seasons. But, you know, this is, it's a pretty good season. It's consistent, at least. I mean, there's some weak moments to it, for sure, but it's enjoyable enough. And it's a good last season for Capaldi. By the way, I just want to say, I'm being so harsh on the Jodie seasons. I don't blame her. It is the writing. Okay, I just want to make that clear. It's nothing against her. I know there's a good Doctor in her. We're just yet to see it. So next up, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, funny enough, in 7th place is Series 7. I love the scope that they went for with this season. Every season was like a movie. You know, every episode, sorry, was like a movie. It was really, really cool. I love the first half of this season. I really do. The opening episode of Asylum of the Daleks, and that's a bit of a controversial one. Some people like it, some don't. I'm on the like side. I love the Western one. Dinosaurs on a Spaceship is stupid but fun. The Power of Three is incredible until they bottle it at the end of the episode. Angels Take Manhattan, I think is what the episode's called, was a really, really good send-off for Karen Gillan and Arthur Darvill, I think his name is. It says it on the back here. Arthur Darvill, yeah. The back half, Jenna Coleman, there's some real good moments to it. Like, I'm actually a fan of the one where they're in a submarine. I know not many people are, so controversial opinion now, I like it. The finale, Name of the Doctor, which then goes into the day and time, which I guess are technically a part of Series 7. That's a fantastic triple-parter. Absolutely incredible. And I know some people actually prefer Series 6 to this, but I would rather watch these any day, because each episode you can take as its own. It feels grand. Each episode feels big. And the triple-part finale with the name, day, and time are so good. So good. There are weak episodes, definitely, especially in the back half of the season, I think, with Jenna Coleman. There's a couple that are just really forgettable. But I think this season's a bit underrated. I think he gets too much hate from time to time. Coming in 6th place is Series 9. This is Capaldi's second outing as the Doctor. And this is the season where I think he really found his Doctor. Sometimes, actors do take a bit of time to find the Doctor when they're performing as them. It happens. Some Doctors take a while. We're still getting there with Jodie, I think. Hopefully she will get there before she leaves. But Capaldi found his Doctor really well in this season. I like that, for the most part, they're all double parts here. A lot of episodes here remind me of the classic Russell T Davies era. I love the double parter Under the Lake and Before the Flood. It just reminds me of classic, modern Doctor Who, the Russell T Davies era. I like the Christmas episode in here, Last Christmas. The Husbands of River Song's okay. The double part Dalek one. The first part's a bit shaky, but the second part's really good. The two Maisie Williams ones are, I think, the weakest. Not her fault, just saying they're the weaker episodes. The Zygon ones are good. Sleep No More, of course, is the weak one. But the last 3 episodes, Face the Raven's really, really good. Heaven Sent is just incredible. Again, top 10 episode for me, that one. Hellbent, I don't think it's as awful as some people make out, but it's not great. But Series 9 has a lot to offer. Next up, coming in 5th place, Series 2. Series 2, of course, David Tennant's first season. David Tennant is one of the Doctors, I'd say the only modern Doctor, other than Christopher, who only had 1 season. So I always find it a bit hard to talk about Christopher, because he just didn't get enough time as the Doctor. But out of our other Doctors who have all had more than 1 season, he's the only one who sort of come out the doors instantly in the role, nailing it. But Series 2, it's an interesting season. I wouldn't say it's a mess in terms of how it's written, but it's so up and down in terms of quality. I think the double parters all round in this season are amazing. You've got the double part on the parallel world with the Cybermen, great. The double parter with the Ood, great. And the double parter at the end with the Cybermen and the Daleks, which was fantastic. And in between, you have some good episodes. I like Tooth and Claw. I like the Girl in the Fireplace. I think that's a fantastic episode. But then there's, Love the Monsters and Fear Her, which are just not good. So while there's some incredible stuff here, it also has some real bad stuff. So the consistency of this season is just not here. But overall, really good season. Coming in 4th place is Matt Smith's first season, and this is Series 5. This season actually done such a good job, because I was heartbroken when David left, and I was not going to accept another Doctor, but Matt made me accept it, because the writing for this season is really good, because it still feels like Doctor Who, but it also gives you slight hints that it's going in the new direction. So I give this season a lot of credit. It's really good fun. I wouldn't really say there's any episodes in here I dislike. I think this is a very, very... I'd say that from here on. from here on, I think all of these seasons I'm going to talk about now, I love every episode in them. Well, not love, but I like every episode in these top 4 seasons. It's just so consistent in terms of how good it is. Favourites here, I mean, it definitely has to be the one with Van Gogh. That episode was fantastic. And Matt Smith, I'd definitely say coming to his own more in Series 6. But it was good that he wasn't just being a complete copycat in that season, which I think a lot of people are expecting. Coming in 3rd place is the one that started it all. Season 1, Chris Freckleston. I remember watching episode 1 of this live. I was around my grandparents, and they sat me down like, we're going to watch a show that used to be on when we were kids. And yeah, I fell in love. It's really crazy. I've been with Doctor Who since day one. I'm pretty proud of that. This season's great. Chris Freckleston's such an underrated Doctor. I feel so bad for him because no one really thinks about him because he only had 1 season. And I was baffled as a kid. I didn't know he was getting replaced or anything. All of a sudden, he just turned into another guy. I was baffled as a kid. This season has some stupid moments in it. Let's be honest. I mean, the Slovene and Cassandra. But they're fun. They're fun. As a kid, it pulled me in. It had done a good job at reviving the show. It also had some real scary elements to it. The Are You My Mummy monsters were incredibly well written. Fantastic. And Dalek, the episode itself, is one of the best episodes of the show. And the finale is great as well. This is a fantastic season. Coming in 2nd place. Now, I think I put this first in my previous ranking. But even though this season, I think, has maybe some 10 out of 10 stuff, I always flip-flop these 2 seasons. These 2 seasons, to me, are damn near perfection. But 2nd place, I'm going to put Series 3. The last 6 episodes or so in here, I'm going to read them out because they deserve to be read out. Human Nature, The Family of Blood, Blink, Utopia, The Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords. All of those episodes are perfect in my opinion. I love them all so much. My favourite episodes of Doctor Who in general are Human Nature and Family of Blood. I think that's the best story in Doctor Who. I love that double-parter. So basically the back half of this episode I think is perfect. The back half of this season, sorry, is perfect. The first half is really good, but it has a couple weak moments. Runaway Bride's incredible. Smith and Jones is fantastic. Shakespeare Code, see, that's a dip. Gridlock's great. The double part of Dalek one, I like it just because it's Daleks. But it is a little bit of a dip. As is the Lazarus Experiment and 42. I always forget 42 exists, to be honest. Guess who wrote that one? Isn't it Chris Chibnall? But yeah, the back half of this season is perfection, and that's why it's got the number 2 spot. But number 1, of course, is Series 4. The best TARDIS team. David Tennant, Catherine Tate. Best TARDIS team, without a doubt. This season is mind-blowingly great. Like, every episode is so entertaining. There isn't a weak one here. Because the episodes that people would call weak, I don't know, some people say The Fires of Pompeii or The Unicorn and the Wasp. I put them on. I have a great time with them still. I think this season is fantastic. It's corny, it's cheesy, it's funny, it's so fun to watch. It's so adventurous. And the charisma between David and Catherine Tate, you know, their characters bouncing off each other, it's perfect. It's such a nice change from companions who fancy the Doctor. It happens so much. It's nice just to have 2 friends in the TARDIS having a laugh. What a fantastic season. I want to give a shout out to my favourites on here though. Voyage of the Damned is my favourite Christmas special. Partners in Crime I absolutely love. Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead are incredible. Midnight might be the best episode in here. Midnight is a 10 out of 10 episode. It's perfection. Midnight is perfection. If it was a film, it would have won Best Picture. That's how good it is. And the triple part of finale, Turn Left, is incredible. The Stolen Earth, as a kid, that was my Avengers. I was so hyped. And then Journey's End is just the most epic finale ever. And if you want to include the specials in this, I also love all of them. Especially The Waters of Mars. It gave me nightmares, but it's incredible. And it's a great final season for David Tennant. Boom! There we go. That is my Doctor Who ranking. As you can tell, I love this show so much. It's such a shame the direction it's gone lately. Let's hope we can get it back. Chibnall, please, after Series 13. Piss off, please. We could keep Jodie. I wouldn't mind giving Jodie another go under another showrunner. Someone who can hopefully write her better. But let's get rid of some companions because there's too many. Let's change the TARDIS and the Sonic because the designs of those suck as well. And get Murray Gold back as well. God damn it. You know, get him back. But this show is fantastic. It really is. And I have no doubt that it will return to being great at some point in the future. That's the thing with this show. It's constantly reinventing itself and reviving itself, that I know in about 5 years we could be back on track. So, hey. Right now it's in a little bit of a rut, but it's overall fantastic, incredible show, maybe the best one on telly. But that is it for this video, guys. As always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I'll see you all next time for another video. Bye bye.